We're back at it, guys. So, this is what are we at now? Part 5? We haven't barely gotten anywhere into the galaxy yet. Now we still got some more stuff to do on the Citadel, which sadly I completely forgot until right at the very end of the last episode. But we shall go back and do those
We are transferring your docking
things.
clearance to an Alliance official.
Oh,
Figures. Finally back in action, the Alliance already wants us tagged and collared.
what do you want?
Just our way of welcoming you back, Flight Lieutenant.
Yes ma'am. Requesting docking permission?
Docking permission granted. Would you like private transport arranged?
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Out of my way, Keeper. Been a while since I've actually done a long Let's Play. At least of this caliber. Alright, so... Whoops. Seeing the refugee camp.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment.
Yeah, I should have just pressed the embassy. I didn't realize that's where I had to go. Alright,
Now
so...
arriving at Presidium Embassy.
It appears that Turian forces may lose their planet.
let's talk to... And Bailey.
Shepard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Here to talk to you about releasing Jonas Sedaris.
Damn, you too? Somebody got the council to order her release. I'm delaying as best I can. What's your stake in this?
It's classified.
That's a fancy way of saying mind your own business. Look, there's no way I'm letting that psychopath out. The woman's unstable and a clear public threat. I'm sure you'll agree. Then maybe the council will listen to you and rescind the order. Go to the C-Sec outpost. My assistant will connect to Sedaris' cell from there. Then call me back.
How do I get there? I knew Michael was in there, I just couldn't find her. Okay, sorry then. The comments. We gotta stop by the dang hospital.
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
Really wanna get off
Destination. One moment, please.
of the Citadel, but we got so much shit to do.
Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24. Emergency civilian housing.
Who's here? Yeah, fuck yours. At least wherever his area is. So all the way down at the end, I do believe. There. There it is.
Wow. Arya wasn't kidding. The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
I'm here for my own reasons, Vosk.
Oh, sure you are. Anyway, tell her I'm impressed, but to do business, I still need my little problem taken care of.
Which is?
A Turian general named Oraka has it out for the Blue Suns. He's raising a stink over our activity in this sector. I'll commit my gang to Arya as soon as Oraka's dead.
There must be more to Oraka's complaint.
We're just making little raids along trading routes. Oraka's just some military. Losing him won't affect your war in the least.
You seriously think I'll listen?
Arya seems to think so. She knew the price. Oh, and, tell Arya I still expect her blue ass in bed with me.
Uh-huh.
What is it, Shepard?
You knew about this?
Can you be more specific?
Darner Vosk expects me to kill General Oraka.
Who cares what Vosk wants? wants. What he needs is for Araka to stop disrupting his operations. I figured you'd talk to Araka, see if you can get him to lay off. And if he won't listen to reason, call me, and I'll take care of it.
I don't see the distinction.
The distinction is that I'm giving you the chance to save his life.
Right. Why didn't you just tell me this yourself?
Vosk needed to see you, needed to realize who he's dealing with. Plus, if I have to suffer that scumbag staring at my tits one more time, I might have to kill him.
Yeah, he mentioned that,
That I'm going to sleep with him? We all have our delusions.
Alright, so... Alright, well, now we only have 2 things to do. Actually, no, we got 3 things to do. We gotta go see, Liara. Let's go see if... While we're here, let's see if Garrus needs anything.
Another ship made it off Caliban. How many
No.
on board? That's all. Find some room for you. This is going to be home for a while.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination. One moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Yes, I know your stock of modified medicine is low, but no, you don't.
we were deployed to Tiptree. It's a small human colony.
There she is.
Commander Shepard, good to see you.
Dr. Michelle, it's been a long time.
Because of you, I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't dealt with Fist and his thugs. Now I'm head physician in the Presidium Clinic. You gave me this chance. I assume you're here about Major Alenko.
How is Caden doing?
Stable, there's no evidence of... Bed rest under observation is all that's needed now. I'm sure of this.
This war has left a lot of injured people homeless. How's your center handled?
We're fine now, but I'm worried. I hear the docks are tightly controlled, but we just can't leave people floating out.
How are your medical supplies holding
Is
up?
that the same voice
We're
actress
well
as their,
stocked now, but I can't say
Tali?
I'm not worried about the future. We've posted guards on our reserves. War profiteering has already begun.
With a center of this size, you must have a lot of direct reports.
We've got 12 full-time doctors and over 50 support staff. It can be overwhelming, quite different from my...
Keep up the good work, Doctor.
You too, Commander.
Welcome to Serta. Thank you for shopping.
Coming by again, Shepard?
I'll get a few free months.
Perhaps if we just talked a little more, that would be less. I think of us all lived well in the time you had.
Asari intelligence is reporting sightings of Reaper forces in Salian Nebula.
See how he's doing. See if he needs anything.
Something else?
Are we gonna be able to get past?
I'd like to, Shepard.
So?
Okay.
Bury it?
Bury it.
Okay.
Take care.
Nothing. Alright. It's gonna be like a 30-part series. So we gotta get everything done. I'm making sure that my galactic readiness is up to the roof. Because I remember them stonewalling it behind the multiplayer, which was bullshit. Is I only play like multiplayer like once or twice, trying to do it, but it just was an impossibility for me because I cannot do multiplayer that well. I wonder if they're even still online anymore. One's from the PlayStation. I bet they've been shut down by this point. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Still working?
One call leads to another, and here I was hoping I'd have time to enjoy the view. The last time I saw the Presidium, remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
Yeah, I believe he was there, at least for mine.
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
And by the time they repaired it, it was time for the next invasion. Citadel hasn't seen the reality of this war yet. We should stock up on necessities.
Such as?
But there's always just one. Speaking of which, talk to the Volus, Barlavon. He'll point you to some mercenaries willing to join us. Hello, Shepard.
More missions to do. Here's General Oraka.
Commander Shepard.
It's been a while.
General Oraka. I think we met in Cora's
Been a
den.
long ass
Pretty
time.
miserable, if I recall.
Yes. Neck deep in drink just before I retired.
Oh yeah, I did kill that one
I'm
guy.
clean now. Reinstated.
I accidentally brought
I
Rex
hear you're
with me.
taking on the Blue Suns.
I need to do my part for the Citadel, Commander. The Blue Suns are raiding CSEC weapons shipments. I'm putting a stop to that. Those mercs are seriously jeopardizing the Citadel's ability to defend itself if the war comes here. When the war comes here.
There are other ways to secure weapons, General.
You don't think I've tried? There's a black market dealer on Citadel right now, but he won't sell his top-line arms. The Reapers are destroying everything in their path, and I can't stop them. But I can stop the Blue Suns.
Let me see what I can do for you.
I'd appreciate your help, and I'll have a plan of action ready if things...
We've got to keep Jake in daycare. He should be socializing with other children.
I remember you two. Michael and Rebecca, right? Listen. Do whatever is best for your family. Just do it soon. Things are bad out there.
We will.
And thank you.
I don't remember them. Oh. Oh, they're from Mass Effect 1. Ah. I missed them. Okay. Where were they? Maybe I did run into it. Who knows?
I have spoken with many Batarian refugees here, Shepard. It may interest you to know that they are much more agreeable when the hegemony is no longer watching.
Look, Commander, I don't want any trouble. I'm authorized to sell here, and all my arms are legal, see?
These are lightweight weapons. Where's your top-end inventory?
Shit, you slumming for CSEC too? I already got harassed by the old Turian with a bad attitude. Yeah, I got much better stuff, but it's off the market. Galaxy's going belly up. Credit won't mean anything once the Reapers rip through.
So what exactly are you...
Whatever happens, I figure there'll be survivors, but it'll be chaos. So I'm getting a jump. My best stock only trades...
So what gets me access to your top?
Heh, Turian just waved credits in my face and spat on it. Nice to see you have flexibility. If you find any rare pieces when you're out saving the galaxy, bring them back. Outside of that, I gotta... Credits don't talk with me, Commander. CSEC wants my top of the line. You gotta come through with a...
God. You gonna make my job difficult, aren't you? Alex, they're going back to the kite's nest. Alright, here's the CSEC assistant. Let's get this one done.
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Who's that spying on me now? Ah, I see. Good. Arya's indentured servant has finally come to deliver me to freedom.
I want to talk with you before I...
Bullshit. You have no choice.
Oh, I got it.
And when I get out, heads will roll. Oh, yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
It'd be smart to bury the threats, Sedaris.
I'll toss them into the caskets with my victims. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes. Sane, my second-in-command, is a weak... If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
She's a menace.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until...
Chicken and biscuits.
Let's keep going, shall we? Now, siren just popped up. So much to do. Oh, so.
I'm willing to bet you look worse than I do.
Alright.
Commander, unless you can find a new source of weapons for CSEC...
I'll get you your weapons.
I appreciate it.
There he is. Water, 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 water. She has unlimited stamina now. Water, 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 water.
Commander Shep, Barlavon and
And
an acquaintance of Admiral Anderson.
You used to be an agent for the Shadow.
I still am. A team of his guards have become stranded in a Reaper control. Rescue the guards.
Are you passing on them?
They're the galactic market. I have plans to return to our room.
alright. Now we gotta head back to the docks area.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24, emergency civilian housing.
Can I ask?
has reiterated its support for Council's forces and has offered extensive medical and technical support.
Okay.
What about the food we were promised? Men, get ready for trouble.
Not here for that, Sane. Just want to talk about Jonas Sedaris' release.
My idea, you know. Arya came to me looking to gain Eclipse support. I'm leveraging it to bust the...
Sane, you should run Eclipse.
Huh?
You can do it. Leave Sedaris locked up.
Arya would be a step up.
I don't see why not.
Right. Right.
Good man.
These galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive organized invasion plan.
Council withdrew the release order for Sedaris. Arya T'Loak, of all people, got him to do it. Crazy.
You can say that again.
Thanks for your help, Shepard.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment.
Now I gotta go back to the cat pigeon and get whatever the hell this guy wants.
Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
This way. What is that? What is this? Go, 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 go.
Faster than light jump successful.
Made it. Barely. Alright.
Signal confirmed.
Boop.
Evasion successful.
Yeah. Alright.
Reapers eluded.
Let's get back to the mass relay. We already beat them there. That's that one area. What's that? Oh, Dr. Gurel. Cerberus Lab. We'll get all to those in a bit. What? Alright. So we need to go back to the Shrek. Abyssal. For some strange reason. Oh, boop.
Faster than light jump successful.
Style. Hello. Hello, hello.
I found something.
Oh, thank you. 400 units, that I has some Reapers. Reapers. Creepers. Where'd you get them peepers? Forcha. Forcha, forcha, forcha. see what we got here.
Signal confirmed.
More Fortia. All right.
Evasion successful. I found something.
Illyrium. Ah. I don't know why that seems so familiar. It's gonna take a minute. He's on cop. There we go. All right. Alright, now let's go check out the rest of the universe. Well, not the universe, this galaxy. We can't do the entire universe. There.
Signal confirmed.
Why? Ah, there. All right. You have to go through the small stuff to get to the big stuff. Ah, fuel depot.
I found something.
Nice. Run for the shadows, run for the shadows in these golden years. I'll stick with you, baby, for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden years. Golden years, golden years. Oh, 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 wop, wop, wop. Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings. Angel, come get up, my baby. And I'm lucky to look and die and never look back or cry. Come get up, my baby. I'll stick with you, baby, for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden years. Golden years, golden years, go. Doc, we ain't ready for that yet.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
Presidium.
Need a cab to the Presidium. It'll be there momentarily. I guess it doesn't matter how I do it.
If we switch from financial BI to military gear, who cares about the political temperature?
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go to the Turian War.
You're back, huh?
Here, I've got some pieces for you.
Done deal, Commander. Check in with General Oraka. You'll see I'm making C-Sec very happy.
Welcome to Sippertine Armory.
We appreciate your visit. Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Remember, all purchases made by Agor Munitions will show in your credit report as AM Trading Limited.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go to the Turian War effort.
Commander Shepard, I was just contacted by a black market dealer who's donating high-end weapons to C-Sec. He wanted you to know. Sounds like you came through.
And the Blue Suns can go about their business.
Now we'll be focusing on Citadel defense. It won't bring Palaven back, but it's something. Thank you, Commander.
Alright. Now, I think I can do mission. I think we can do a mission now. Alright.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please.
Oh, I'm better than rolling 4.
Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. I don't want to do the Leviathan one yet. That feels more for the middle of the game. Let's go and talk with the ambassadors. Have anything on the mail? Nope. Anything? Nope. Alright. Well, let's go talk with these ambassadors then. Or been there, yep. Maybe the diplomats. Anything out here? Anything at all? Wanna make sure.
Commander, the
Salarian Dalatras and Krogan clan chief are ready to come aboard.
Have them brought to the conference room. And hope this doesn't start another war.
I'll take out my glasses.
The Krogan is in no position to make demands.
The Krogan has a name.
Rex!
You're not Rex. And I'm not just some junkyard Farron you unleash whenever you're in trouble. I've got my own problems. Reaper scouts have arrived on Tuchanka. So why should I care if a few Turians go extinct?
Trying to draw out negotiations will get you nowhere, Rex. I have no time for it. Just tell us what you want.
I'll tell you what I need. A cure for the genophage.
Absolutely not. The genophage is non-negotiable.
Why are you so opposed to the idea, Dalatras?
Because my people uplifted the Krogan. We know them best.
You mean you used us to fight a war you couldn't win? It wasn't the Salarians, or the Asari, or even the Turians that stopped the Rachni. It was Krogan blood that turned the tide.
And after that, you ceased to be useful. The genophage was the only way to keep your urges in check.
Dalatras, you may not like him, but Rex is right. Insulting him won't change that.
I won't apologize for speaking the truth. We uplifted the Krogan to do one thing: wage war. It's all they know because it's all we wanted them to know.
Your people should have thought the matter through then. Was it really a surprise the Krogan revolted?
That's precisely my point, Commander. We made a rash decision. We turned to the Krogan in desperation. It's the same mistake you're about to make today. No good can come from curing the genophage.
The Krogan have paid for their mistakes. The genophage has gone on long enough.
1,476 years, if you're keeping track.
It was 1,000 years of peace, free from these brutes.
Enough! Whether or not they deserve a cure is academic. It would take years to formulate one.
My information says otherwise. A Salarian scientist, Malin, grew a conscience. He was on my planet, testing a cure on our females.
I remember. His methods were barbaric.
But what you didn't know is that other females survived his experiments. So the Dalatras here sent in a team to clean up the whole mess and to take them prisoner.
Where did you get this? It could be a fabrication.
Don't insult me. Those are my people. They're immune to the genophage, and you're going to give them back.
Dalatras, is this true?
How will curing the genophage benefit my people?
How long do you think you'll last alone against the Reapers? Because if you don't help, that's how it'll end up.
And I'll be the last friendly Turian you ever see.
What's it gonna be?
The females are being kept at one of our STG bases on Surkash. But I warn you, Commander, the consequences of this
will be nothing compared to what happens if the Reapers win.
Let's get the females.
You're not setting foot on Surkash. This will take time.
It happens now. As a Council Spectre, Shepard can oversee the exchange.
We're going.
I won't forget this, Commander. A bully has few friends when he needs them most.
Alrighty. Alrighty. The necessary changes. Good to go. Health, always.
Yeah, Dad, I only have 3 pills left.
I don't need on my man, cause you can't afford to take it. I have to suffer and sit out.
This is the Solarian homeworld we're headed to. They aren't used to seeing Krogan here, so let's keep it simple. We land, get the females, and leave before anyone changes their mind.
I still don't trust a word they say.
Let diplomacy play out, Rex. You'll get what you want.
These females are the best, and probably last hope for my people.
We'll bring them back, Rex. Don't worry.
I appreciate that, Liara. I wouldn't want anyone else along for the ride. I suppose I can make room for you too, Garrus.
Figured you'd gone soft sitting on your throne. Forgot how to hold a gun.
Commander, I have the Solarian base on sensors.
Set her down.
Commander, Solarian ground control says we don't have clearance to land.
Tell them the Dalatrass authorized this herself.
I knew they'd never keep their word. Let's see them try to stop a Krogan airdrop.
No, 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 no.
Rex?
We have an unauthorized landing.
And who authorized you to hold my race hostage?
Halt! Stand down! Hold your fire!
Commander Shepard, restrain your colleague. We only found out about this transfer a few moments ago.
I'd like to avoid a diplomatic incident.
As would we.
But you have something valuable to Rex.
Something worth dying for.
This matter can be resolved, but I must insist he remain under guard.
And if we insist otherwise,
you'll have another war on your hands.
Anything goes wrong and all bets are off.
I'm Paddock Wicks, and I appreciate your understanding, Commander. With war on everyone's minds, our people are on edge.
Careful! Watch the containment shield!
I'd hope to never see one of those again.
As you can see, this base contains
Oh,
sensitive information.
what kind of work goes on here?
Evolutionary trials, morphological simulation.
Nothing is ever simple with Solarians, is it?
Science has always been our best. The research we do here has kept Surkesh safe.
Does that include studying lost Krogan?
The females were in poor health when we found them on Tuchanka. They were brought here to stabilize their condition.
This whole planet smells wrong.
I'd like to see them.
Of course. I'll need to clear you. Give me a few moments and meet me near the area.
Please don't touch that. As I said, Commander, don't touch that. Again, I would ask you to refrain from touching that. Perhaps don't touch that means something different in your language. I would rather not refer this matter to the human embassy. Touch it all you want. You'll never find out what it does. Are humans really so deprived of stimulus that they must insist on touching everything? I'm afraid if you keep touching that, you risk a diplomatic incident. Further manipulation of that object is grounds for further admonishment. Really? You must stop touching it. Once more, the Solarian Union formally requests that you not touch that. Fine. If you are so enamored of that object, then I suggest you get your own feces analyzed. We've already been down that road. No more.
payoff.
Psychoanalyst over in Intel told me the Turians can't hold out.
I love the payoff.
Commander Shepard.
What's up?
It's Major Kirahi. I heard you were coming.
Ah.
Good to see you again. Sounds like you've been promoted.
Yes, due in no small part to our mission on Vermeer. Hold the line. You saved my men that day.
Good to see a friendly face, Major.
Garrus Vicarian. Always a pleasure. And same to you, Dr. Tassoni.
Major.
It seems the Reapers have a way of bringing us together.
Yes, it's called a video game.
How'd you get posted to this base, Major?
I led the team on Tuchanka that found the females. Nasty business. Malin may have meant well, but his operation was crude. Test subjects were unaccounted for. The females easily escaped his lab.
What do you think about bringing the female Krogan here?
Our scientists say it's important to preserve the females. Evolutionary paradigms. I say when people know you're hiding something valuable, they'll want to steal it. Either way, I have my orders. They'll be your problem soon enough.
I guess we're both still feeling the effects of Vermeer.
Yes, ironic. You destroyed the genophage cure, yet now it's the key to an alliance. Your standoff with Urdnot Rex is legend within STG.
I'm sure you saw Rex's entrance.
Our colony's 3 systems away saw it.
Yes, and he's rather angry about the security arrangements.
Apologies, but better that than a Krogan with a shotgun wandering the base. Think of all the casualties. Our medpay couldn't handle it.
Are the Solarians prepared for war with the Reapers?
I've heard what they're doing to your Earth. I'm not sure, though rumors suggest you're building a superweapon somehow.
This business with the females is part of it.
Which is why I never became a diplomat. Too much hand-holding. Leave it to the Dalatresses.
Security seems high. You expecting trouble?
Our motto in STG is to always expect trouble. Our enemies have the same idea.
Nice seeing you again, Major.
Likewise. And Commander, regardless of what the politicians decide, you can count on my support retaking Earth.
You'd do that?
Consider it my way of returning a favor. It would be an honor to fight alongside you again. Good day.
Another incursion. You have clearance now to see the females, Commander. I hope we can resolve this matter without reenacting the Krogan rebellions.
What do you think about handing...
I differ from most of my colleagues. Curing the genophage will bring close... In the future, the Krogan may yet play some role we can't even imagine. We should let the evolutionary process decide who lives and dies, not the...
Thanks for your time.
Of course. Proceed into the elevator.
This is where all you Solarians come from, huh? No wonder you're so soft. Too busy writing poetry about waterfalls. Shepard, I don't like this. I should be the one going in.
How about you stay here and we only fight one war at a time?
That was just good old-fashioned Krogan hot air. If it had been real, they'd be dead.
Who tipped you off about the females here?
Sorry, Shepard, but they're listening to every word we say. I prefer my Solarian liver served raw. Besides, you'd think this is the kind of thing...
Back on the Normandy, you said Reapers were sighted on Tuchanka.
Clans Jorgal and Ravenor sighted a few landing parties. The Reapers are up to something. Tuchanka may be a pile of radioactive rubble, but it's our part.
That's what I always liked about you, Rex.
My smoldering good looks?
There is that. But you've never given up. And that determination's about to...
Yeah. Who would have thought back on Vermeer we'd be standing here doing this together?
What do you know about these females?
They weren't fertile, so we used them as decoys to draw off enemies from the ones who were. But Malin's experiments changed that. These damn Pyjaks stole them right out from under us.
That's a pretty brutal way to treat you.
The females suggested it. We've had to make...
What a horrible way to live.
It's just one more thing that'll get better.
Are the Krogan ready to fight?
Ever since Sovereign showed up, I figured this day would come. My people have spent too much time selling ourselves out as mercenaries. Now we can get back to doing what Krogan do best, saving everyone else from giant monsters.
Never going to let us forget about the Rachni Wars, are you?
Last time I was at the Citadel, I didn't see a Turian statue in your honor.
Just wait till this war is over.
It'll be even better when we have a few Solarians.
Right, I think that's it from this area. Oof.
Agree with him or not, our orders are clear. Ensure the smooth handover.
What's over here?
Restricted area. Please stay back.
Who gave the order? Our superiors. That's all that matters.
Bah.
But they're gonna
You and your invisible walls.
everything we've done to stop the Krogan will be for nothing. Now take this elevator down, and someone will...
Alert. Threat condition 2 has been declared. Scramble readiness teams.
What's happening?
Rex!
Sensors have picked up activity on the perimeter. Hurry, Commander. Someone will meet you below.
Rex, protect the top.
Base personnel must remain on site until further notice.
All specimens are accounted for, sir.
Ah!
Excellent timing. Good to have you here.
Morden?
Eyesight still sharp. Surprise understandable. Hadn't expected to return to work.
You're back with STG.
Special consultant. Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. Helped female Krogan. Fed information to Clan Erdnot. Encouraged political pressure to free females.
Or as it was you.
Rex's inside source.
Yes, can explain later. Security warnings not normal. Need to get off-world for sake of Krogan.
Let's go.
Females had weakened immune systems. Side effect of Malin's cure. These didn't survive.
But what about Malin's research? I thought we saved it.
Indeed, data saved, but not complete. Lacks crucial details to reconstruct cure, but still useful for synthesizing from living tissue. Couldn't save them.
I'm sure you did everything you could, Morton.
Arrived too late. Cannot delay now. One survivor, immune to genophage, can synthesize cure from her tissue.
She's still here.
Another
Yes,
MacGuffin.
last hope for Krogan. If she dies, genophage cure... problematic. Please be careful. Krogan slow to trust.
I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy.
Are you here to kill me?
Goddess, what she's been through.
Erdnot, Rex, and I are here to take you home.
Why? What am I to you?
Have the Solarians been mistreating you?
Those were my sisters you saw back there. They died in a lot of pain.
Did the best we could.
And now I know I'm the only one left. That makes me dangerous to a lot of people. What about you, Commander Shepard? Why are you here?
You're the future of the Krogan race. I'm fighting for that.
Then I hope you brought an army.
Cerberus.
Give me an update. Outbound communications have been severed. We're cut off. Secure all data to off-site location.
What's happening?
We have multiple ships inbound.
Shepard, it's Rex. Cerberus troops are attacking the base. Get the females out of there now!
Only one survived, Rex. It might be safer down here.
What? So the Solarians can kill her like the others? No deal. If you still want this alliance, get her out of there.
Release the female. We're leaving.
I can't. Protocol states during lockdown, no specimens. Objection noted. Please release Krogan.
Okay.
Need to monitor pod as it clears quarantine procedures.
Meet us at next checkpoint, Shepard. Like
Got it.
Cerberus opposes genophage cure.
You'll see Tachanka again, I promise.
Get to elevator, Shepard.
Put all research subjects into immediate lockdown. Watch us secure.
Young subject.
What's on the phone?
Security overrides aren't responding.
Fix it.
We've got to get moving, Shepard.
Log, Morton Solus, 162.3. Used STG ties to secure station here. Gained autonomy in caring for Krogan test subjects. Females were obviously dying. Barbaric experiments. Malin's fault. My responsibility to fix. Need to save them. No more. No more dead.
Oh crap.
Get back! Is there another way out of here?
Other side of the lab. An emergency exit. I can open it from here.
Log, Morton Solus.
Shepard, Cerberus forces trying to locate female. Quarantine checkpoint under attack. Hurry!
Females were obviously dying. Barbaric experiments.
Shepard, it's Rex. I took the shuttle. Do whatever it takes to get the female up to the landing pad. I'll try to make life miserable for Cerberus.
Taking enemy fire. Unprotected. Contact 4. Direct reinforcements. That's okay. That's confirmed.
Squad, interested in the goal. Securing 3979. Primary objective is eliminating Krogan. Engaging big security.
Clear.
I'm sure there will be more.
Yeah.
More incoming!
All squads, be advised we're encountering resistance from non-soldiers.
Don't let them take cover in the lab!
The female isn't going to last long against this sort of firepower.
Careful. There goes the next shadow, bro.
Could have sworn he was muttering to Sony the whole time.
Not funny.
Shepard, Cerberus troops at checkpoint. Attempting to kill Krogan. Need assistance.
I hit a checkpoint. They're under fire.
Let's get in there!
Quickly, Shepard. Technician dead. Clear us through the checkpoint.
Are you okay?
Containment
Image shield is holding. We'll try to repair if necessary. Can't speak for Krogan's health, however.
I'm fine, Commander.
Females kept secret. Possibly a mole in STG could be indoctrinated. If no Krogan aligns with Turians, Reaper's left unchallenged.
We'll do more than challenge them.
Shepard, meet us at next checkpoint. Cerberus likely to target.
Are you still know how to use a gun?
Hurry, next checkpoint.
I'll get there.
Hang on, we're trying to get to you, Mordin.
Let's go. Now I'm gonna make a quick change here because I like this visor. Yeah, all decisions better be made by me.
Cerberus isn't fooling around.
They're capable of anything.
Commander, stay back. Hostiles just down the hall.
I'm gonna
Is there
stay.
an easier way around?
You could say that.
Oh, I should change my other weapon, shouldn't I?
How do I not have one of those?
Go, Commander. I'll cover you.
Orion Squad, your orders are to hold position and block access to next checkpoint.
Let me save him. Let me save him.
Looks like Cerberus got some upgrades.
Take your advance.
Taking them head on may not be the best idea.
Maybe try to flank them instead. We have to take out those turrets.
Keep going, Commander. Don't worry about me.
Hi there.
I think we got them all.
To the next checkpoint. I'm sure Cerberus isn't done.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that the Major survives. Yeah, he does. Oh, good God. Are you kidding me?
Morton was right. Cerberus must have been tipped off. They got here too fast.
Every war has its traitors.
I love this gun.
Elevator malfunctioning, Shepard. Need assistance.
Alright, let's go.
Servers outside pod, Shepard. Need assistance.
Take them out! Get them away from the female!
Get away!
Shepard, suspect Cerberus has cut power. Can't progress until you reroute emergency systems.
No.
Find power terminal. Should be nearby.
Look around. There must be a power conduit nearby.
I will stick with that. Unless I get it for less weight. At least I have it.
Wait! Another Cerberus squad.
Don't let them near the female!
Understood.
Affirmative.
Keep up the pressure!
Taste a little bit of my venom.
Excellent. Affinity for destruction intact, Shepard. Can clear us through now.
How you holding up?
Containment shield strong, but not designed for direct fire.
This isn't your problem, Commander. You don't know me.
But I'd like to. Hang in there. How many more checkpoints?
Just the landing area. Hope Erdnot Rex still waiting.
Rex can't keep his hands off a fertile female. He'll be there.
I'll see you up top.
We found the Krogan.
That was the last one.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Shepard, get your ass up here. I can't fly around forever.
The female's on the way up to the landing area.
this off, and I'm making you an honorary Krogan.
There. With enhanced size and intelligence, they can harass hostile civilian populations at minimal cost. Recommend project approval.
We're almost back up top.
Shepard, they found us. Under heavy attack.
This is Phoenix 6. We've got the Krogan marked. Requesting reinforcements. Reinforcements are on route.
Enemy still present. Pod under fire.
Bring it on.
Appears safe. Need final approval now, Shepard.
Coming.
Shepard, you must authorize release. Pod then transfers to loading area.
Let's get you out of there.
Shepard, heads up! You've got incoming!
Are you shitting? If there's one of you back in the academy. Where you're right.
Shepard, I can't land until you deal with that thing. It's too dangerous.
I've dealt with these things before.
Quiet.
Door is damaged. Can't get out.
Stay clear. I've got this.
Protect the Krogan, Shepard. She's vulnerable.
Oh, let's be a peace pie.
Cerberus. This never did play fair. We did it!
Yeah, they're easy.
Yeah, but watch out. We still got Cerberus troopers left.
Yeah, I decided to pick this thing up. This is part of the original game. It was overpowered. I like it.
Shepard, I think you did it. Looks clear from here. I'm coming in now.
Oof.
You had me worried there for a minute.
Let's make this quick.
It dies there.
What do you want?
Commander, I'm hearing chatter you're brokering a treaty between the Krogan and the Turians.
If I get Krogan boots on Palaven, the Turians promise me their support.
And how does Cerberus get involved?
I don't know. The elusive man is up to something.
Then keep them at bay. I can't overstate what a victory this treaty would be for the Alliance. We'll need all the help we can get.
How's the Prothean device coming?
Alliance R&D has officially begun construction. The team has dubbed it Project Crucible. We're throwing everybody who knows how to hold a hammer at it. This is going to be the most ambitious undertaking in human history.
Will we get it done?
I'm not saying it won't be a challenge, but our researchers tell me the designs are elegant, massive in scope, but strangely simple as well. We can do this, Shepard. You can do this. Never doubt that.
No, sir.
Good, hack it out.
We got our own Death Star.
You have the female, Rex. A cure for the rest of your people can come later.
That wasn't the deal.
But Palaven needs your reinforcements now. We can't delay.
Unless every Krogan gets the cure, there's no alliance.
Mordin, how long will it take to finish a cure?
Need to synthesize base antigen from female. Also requires healthy male Krogan tissue. We'll need a sample.
You're looking at it.
Acceptable. We'll need you to remain aboard Normandy for procedure.
Let's hope the food's gotten better.
Formulating a cure that works for every Krogan sounds like a tall order, Mordin. Can you do it?
Of course. Similar to Genophage modification project. Working against own alterations this time. Not as simple as garbage DNA blocking attachment sites. We'll need to counteract shutdown of redundant nervous system, adjust neurotransmitter levels.
Got it.
We'll create cure, Shepard. Don't need to worry.
Then get started, Mordin, and make it quick.
Always do. We'll be in medbay if you'd like to speak more. Eve requires tests.
Eve?
Female's real name unknown. Normandy, a human vessel. Human mythology seemed appropriate under circumstances. Suggest speaking with her. New perspective. Surprising in Krogan.
Now, is there anything else?
There's a small matter concerning a ship we've lost contact with.
What happened?
I'd rather discuss it in private.
Turian problems can't even come close to what I've got.
What is it?
Some of my men went missing. The rest of it we can discuss.
Our ship went down on Tuchanka. Now they're pinned by an advanced guard of Reapers scouting the planet.
What are your men doing there?
I'm sorry. That's classified. But it's vital they be rescued. They must complete their original mission. It's a matter of galactic peace.
I'll do what I can.
I appreciate your help, and
I understand this is a difficult time for you, Primarch, but Earth can't...
if the Krogan help us on Palaven...
How is it being the Primarch?
Not what I imagine, if I'm going to die.
Your men that crashed onto Tuchanka.
A platoon.
You said their mission was a matter of...
I'm sorry, Commander.
Look, if you want me to put my ass on the line...
I can't tell you. The commander is Lieutenant Tarquin Victus.
Victus?
My son. I needed someone I could trust completely.
The Solarian Dalatrass worries about...
It won't matter if we... The moon you found me on? That's where we made our last stand against the Krogan. They were that relentless.
How did it turn out?
The Krogan started using asteroids as weapons, directed. We had no choice. So yes, Krogan intentions after this war will be a serious concern, but I'd rather have a grateful...
Reaching out to the Krogan.
We can't allow your race, but look at us now. Instead. So yes, of course.
Hell of a show down there on Surkesh. Just like the old days, Shepard. Right down to me pulling your ass out of the fire.
I was the one with bullets flying at me.
And I gave you the moral support to dodge them.
Uh-huh. You said one of your squads is missing.
They were scouting out the Rachni relay. We've heard rumors of trouble in the area.
Rachni?
Thought that might get your attention.
Don't tell me they're back.
All I know for sure is our scouts went silent. I've got Aralak Company my best.
I'll see what I can do.
Get on it, Shepard.
What will you do after the Genophage?
Once we deal with the Reapers, most Krogan will want to settle a score with the Turi. I won't let them. That isn't our path.
A lot of people will be relieved to hear that.
They know we probably win this time. But war has never brought us anything.
What's the situation back?
I'm still getting scattered reports of Reaper forces. I won't let those things take Tuchanka. My people have had enough bad luck in our...
Back on Serket.
Our females don't lack for spirit. But females like to talk about it. No offense.
Believe it or not, we sometimes have good ideas. Right?
Yeah, but our women have so many of them. So sometimes I pretend to listen and... Well, let's just say Krogan females have tempers.
How could there be trouble with them? They were all but extinct. The last queen...
I know, I was there. It may not be Rachni, but maybe it is. If they're crawling out from under some rock, you know how bad it could get. Anytime. And Shepard, I like what you've done with the Normandy. Got tired of always hanging around the cargo bay before. I still don't have a window like Liara does, but it's progress. Wish I could knock some heads around with you, but duty calls.
Alright. How are we doing here? We're already at 1200. What's next? We're not going to these guys yet. We're not doing the priorities ones yet.
You think Salarians would have a base on their homeworld secured better?
They're solid. Cerberus has Reaper tech. Compared to those upgrades...
Commander, we've got new reports of Cerberus activity on Tuchanka. I've marked it on the galaxy map. Commander, nice to see you again.
How are you settling in, Trainer?
I actually feel somewhat useful.
How are the systems holding?
Well,
Specialist Trainer has been extremely helpful. The accuracy of our war room data.
Thank you, Edie. I'm still getting used to all of this. In the lab, out here, it's like living out of a shoebox.
Life on an active ship.
Oh, it's not a bad thing. This is wonderful. Edie, Ariake Tech uses a proprietary smart processing algorithm that could clean up our long-range data. Can we license it?
We can. Analyzing and applying the upgrade now. The algorithm should reduce long-range strategic combat.
Impressive.
If it means getting the equipment I need, I can quite happily live out. Commander, I've set up a secure communications with the Turian and Salarian governments and added their combat data to our boards. Hopefully it'll give us some idea of what's going on.
I gotta talk to the people. This episode's gonna be a bit long. I was gonna end it right after the mission.
The Turians really should get behind the Alliance. They've got so much in common, like shooting things and not wanting to die. And now that's about it. So, bringing the Krogan to a war summit went well? You want me to invite the Batarians too? Or the Vorcha?
Building alliances is the only way we stand a chance against the Reapers.
Yeah, but the Krogan? I'd feel better if we had a tighter plan, like time travel or teaching the Reapers to love.
I don't have a TARDIS.
Still, good to have Morden back. The bad guys shouldn't get the monopoly on mad scientists. Commander?
It is good you came by. I have questions about the Genophage.
You and everyone else.
What do you need, Edie?
A Krogan female of breeding age can produce clutches of up to 1,000 fertilized eggs over the course of a year. There are over 1 billion females on Tuchanka. If even 1% become fully fertile, they can birth 10 billion infants.
On Earth, bugs have a lot of young too. Most of them die.
The attrition rate would naturally be high, but the state has an interest in keeping the children alive for warfare purposes.
Any other cheerful thoughts?
Logistics. Even were they to side with us, transporting the Krogan to the battlefield of Palaven could prove difficult. They have been demilitarized. That is, they have no warships.
What do you suggest?
They will need Turian or civilian starships to carry them to battle. With your permission, I will make the necessary calls to have these ships in place for when you deliver the Krogan.
Do it. Anything else?
Food. They will be unable to eat anything on Palaven. They must bring their own or rely on the nutrients in their humps.
This keeps getting better and better.
The Krogan will also require sedatives, since Krogan fight with others of their kind in enclosed spaces such as starships.
Make it happen. Are there any last things you're worried about?
Nothing that demands your attention, Shepard. Mordin sent me a nicely crafted message. It seems he recalls our conversations about the Salarian equivalent of transhumans.
If I could, I'd stop you right there.
Transhumans have some of their brain's abilities, such as memory, supplemented or entirely replaced by cybernetics. Legal definitions vary from planet to planet. The Salarians embrace the concept. Humans have diverse and contentious opinions.
Do my implants make me a transhuman?
That would be telling.
What?
I'm sorry. That was a joke. You are fully human. Cerberus extensively reconstructed you, but your brain functions are organic.
Don't ever do that again.
Hello, Shepard.
Commander. Commander.
Let's go meet the other people. Let's go meet the other people. And we'll end that episode. We'll end this episode here. Got all the. Ooh. Okay. Got that done. Always feels like there's more people added to this every single time. No one in here. No one in here.
I can't imagine anything so traumatic. You sure you're okay, Karen?
I wouldn't wish a collector abduction on my worst enemy. But it's behind me now. I'm fine. But it makes me think of Earth and all the other Reaper-occupied worlds. What are the Reapers doing to the people who live on Earth?
Hello, Commander.
Everything okay in the medbay?
Yes. Mordin would just like some space to work with Eve.
He kicked you out?
Oh no. I just felt I was getting in his way. I'll return when I'm needed. Commander.
Hello, Commander.
What?
Aware Krogan females find Scars attractive. Garrus loyal, reasonably intelligent, bit aggressive, almost like Krogan.
For the third time, Doctor, I'm not interested.
Ah, Shepard. We were just...
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Rex. You can relax.
Can't be too careful, or put any faith in Solarian doctors.
This one is different.
Is he? What's that?
Simple blood test.
What kind?
Kind that ends the genophage. Shepard, please. Distraction's counterproductive, also affecting comfort of patient.
He was your inside source, Rex. You can trust him.
Solarians have minds like a maze. You never know when they're leading you into a trap.
Trap? Eve's release my doing. Would never have known about her if not for me.
That was then. But she's out now. And if she gets hurt, I'll feel it.
Understand. But my patient, my responsibility. Her welfare a priority. Will not allow her to be compromised by anyone.
You got a quad, Doctor. Keep her safe. Our females have endured enough.
Don't forget, still need your tissue sample.
I'll be back.
Common phobia. Fear of needles.
Or Solarian doctors.
Now have work to do. Prefer females of the species.
Thank you for saving my life, Commander. I didn't think the Krogan had any allies left in the galaxy.
We owe a lot to you, even if most people have forgotten that.
They can be forgiven. Our actions have hardly inspired friendship.
Part of being friends is knowing each other's name. I feel bad that I don't know yours.
I surrendered it the day I became a shaman of the female clan. I belong to my sisters now. But perhaps one day, when this is over, you can...
I didn't realize the Krogan had female shamans.
Wisdom comes from pain, and the genophage has made us very wise. Rather than surrender to despair, a few of us chose to preserve the ancient ways. We safeguard our culture, our knowledge, our secrets. So when our children live again, the Krogan will float.
How were you initiated?
You're locked in a cave for 7 days with just enough food to last. On the 8th, you'll starve.
What does that prove?
Your resolve. Every acolyte is given a chance. You either claw your way out through the rock with your bare hands, or you die.
How did you make it out alive?
I started digging the wrong way. I was in complete darkness. Nothing other than my own heartbeat to sustain me.
What happened?
I found this. A simple crystal, but it became my chisel. Take it as a reminder, Commander. In the darkest hour.
That's a brutal initiation.
But an illuminating one. You learn to appreciate the light.
What do you think of Rex?
When he's not trying to sire half of Tuchanka, he's the best thing that's happened to the Krogan. His head's big enough already. Literally.
He's turned into a strong leader.
I know in his heart Rex wants what's best for us. Though not...
Why would the other clans give Rex trouble?
It's not in the nature of our males to cooperate. They've evolved to be selfish. They're only... Rex is different. He's a mutant. And that...
Do you think Rex will want revenge for the genophage?
Some clans will expect... He understands the cycle of violence must end. Still, he's just one Krogan. If enough clans demand it, he may not...
If you don't mind me asking...
I knew sisters who couldn't bear the shame of being infertile. They would wander off into the wastelands, hoping a thresher maw would kill them and end their torment.
Did the thought ever cross your mind?
Yes. After my first...
What kept you from ending your own life?
When my child didn't draw breath. The genophage forces us to live on hope alone. There is no reason to exist other than the hope that the next day will bring change.
How do you think things will change after the genophage is cured?
Our species will find its balance again. Females will help shape the future, like in...
Most seem hell-bent on shooting anything.
What else is there for them to do? Because of the genophage, they become wandering killers, seeking targets to justify...
How'd you get involved?
So much world building.
The other females and I volunteered. We heard Malin was trying to cure the genophage for Clan Weirlock.
Aren't they a rival clan?
Yes, they are.
Of the males. Under their rule, Tuchanka has laid in ruins for over 1,000 years. It's time females.
Everybody's saying the woke business started after Gamergate.
Malin was our
No.
Would you go to Malon again?
Absolutely. It only takes one candle to light a fire.
I'm sorry none of the other females.
I know.
I just chipped.
The youngest one, Kern, was the last to go.
Just chipped my tooth.
She knew she would enter the void free of this curse. And then her spirit will be the midwife to my firstborn.
I found Malon's lab.
We learned that too late. He meant well. We finally escaped into the rubble. Eventually, a Solarian team found us. They saved our lives. We were so sick.
How's Mordin been treating you?
Better than Krogan males do. He's not like a typical...
No. Organ redundancy results in new period before metaphase. Can't alter that. Damage to telomeres, premature aging.
He does that.
But I sense pain in him too. He told me about his work on the genophage. I should consider him an enemy. Yet I think seeing my sisters and I changed something in him.
Sorry, Borgia offspring have an allergy to dairy and...
Well, it wasn't his ear. Thanks for talking to me.
It's my pleasure, Commander. I'm glad to see humans treat their women with respect. People have placed a lot of...
No more than your people have put on you.
And maybe we can show the men how it's done.
Deal.
Oh, I follow you do. Anyway,
Blood work
you got more to speak.
Indicates significant stress on Eve's system. Malin's data thorough. Fortunately detailed as well. Have used notes to improve her condition.
Have you determined why she's immune?
Genophage targeted hormone production during pregnancy. Modification project used same modality. Her immunity totally different. Targeted glands now obsolete, like human appendix. Other glands mutated to produce proper hormones, enable viable birth. Also explains her weakness. Gland substitution imperfect. Health trouble.
You think you can make this work for all Krogan?
Yes. We'll use Eve's tissue to produce mutagen. Alter gland function. Must improve mutagen as well. Tune hormone production. Long-term illness for all.
So we did the right thing by saying...
Indeed. Would be much harder to treat Eve without it. Maybe impossible.
And all those experiments we saw back on Tachanka?
Monstrous, repulsive, but now with purpose. Victims didn't die for nothing.
So the end just...
Not my means.
But you're using the data.
Encouragement irrelevant, but can help Eve. Can cure genophage. Won't ignore data vital to her survival because of...
Any word on Malin?
No. Ordered teams to search for him when trying to help Eve. Nothing. Large galaxy. Lots of places to hide. Could already be dead. Would kill him now if possible. Unless he could help.
How's she doing?
No fever currently. Heart rate elevated. Likely stress. Eating appropriately. Could you prefer to let her recover fully before synthesizing cure?
My people don't have time for that.
Her opinion, somewhat...
You care about her.
My patient. My responsibility. Found her at STG base. 3 doctors injured trying to restrain her. Undid arm restraints. Didn't resist when she grabbed me. Promised to help her. She said, please.
You always defended your genophage work.
Never change mind. Genophage proper decision at time. New circumstances necessitate course.
Those circumstances being?
Reaper invasion. Turian's doom.
Nothing else.
Getting old, Shepard. Not many years left. But still best candidate for few Solarian scientists interested in genophage. None with my expertise. Had to.
Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Possibly. Stakes too high for an experience. My work. My job to put it right.
Nice talking with you, Mordin.
Thank you, Shepard.
You planning to stick around when this is over?
Until Reaper's dealt with at least. Then have made impact on Galaxy. Genophage modification, genophage cure. Working. Might go somewhere sunny. Sit on beach, look at ocean, collect seashells.
You go crazy inside an hour.
Might run tests on the seashells.
There you go. And we still have more people to talk to. This video will never end.
Shepard, they say female Krogan have...
Oh, God.
So I've heard.
I've got a few myself. Here's hoping nobody's planning an arranged marriage to cement this deal. Though I have to say, I admire Eve. The things she must have endured living with the genophage. And now, to top it all off, she's her people's last hope. Imagine the pressure. Takes real courage to face that. I hope we can measure up. I guess we're at war with Cerberus now, huh? I've never actually seen a female Krogan. Seems like they're the real brains on Tachanka. Good to see Mordin's still alive and kicking, and still finding new ways to cause trouble. How's it going? How's it going?
So, Liara, still relying on the Protheans for all the answers?
It will work, Rex. We just need to finish building the Crucible. Although I'd be interested to learn how you found out about it.
Wasn't that hard. Lucky you keep its location more secret than the fact it exists.
And I'm sure you'll do a good job of both, being so famous for your discretion.
My lips are sealed.
Feel free to look around. Feel free to look around.
At your service.
Almost done. No, we're not. Are we? Oh, God. Ah.
I knew this was coming.
I just mean, it's an amazing work of engineering. Elastic titanium silicon polymers, ultra-light harmonic phased power cells. And if she ever accidentally walks into a wall, there's just so much padding.
Ugh, I knew it.
Wish I were a wall.
You pretty much are, Kenneth.
It's great to be back.
Feels good to be in an Alliance uniform again.
Welcome aboard, Chief.
Commander. Commander.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
Ah.
I'm glad the commander didn't forget about us down here.
I told you Shepard would come visit.
That's what I do. There. No, there's still one more level. No. Where are you, Cortez? There you are.
Everything okay with the shuttle?
Just double checking the inertia dampener coils. Can be twitchy in these UT-47s. But don't worry, this bird's been rock solid.
I always see you down here working your ass off. Ever take any downtime?
I get my sleep, Commander. Flying tired is near.
What about your waking hours? Any R&R?
I need to keep myself busy. Otherwise, well...
I appreciate your dedication.
I know my limits. I wouldn't take a chance with your life.
So before this war, you must have done something to relent.
Sure. I remember back when the Hawking was based out of Arcturus and I was just a fighter jock. There was this observation deck overlooking the main flight paths. You could watch every ship taxi in and out. When I was alone, I'd turn off the auditory emulators and just watch them drift by in silence.
You know, there are views like that on the Citadel. Next time we're there, you should take some shore leave.
I don't know. Maybe.
Take some time off on the Citadel, Steve.
If you put it that way, how can I say no?
You can't.
Sir Kesh certainly offered me a new experience.
What do you mean?
Normally I'm not one to fly co-pilot, but when an 800-pound Krogan requests to take control of your shuttle, you comply.
Probably wise.
Ma'am?
One more person to visit, and it's our old pal Freddie Prinze.
Wonder what the hell Cerberus was up to on Sir Kesh. I hear we're headed to Tuchanka. Would love to see how things turn out. I'm just saying. Rex is a badass. I bet he's got some real interesting stories to tell. More than something else. His mouth moves faster than a frog on a hot rock in the middle of summer. Hey.
Alright, well that's gonna be it for part 5 of our Mass Effect series. Stay tuned for part 6. Don't know when I'll release that, but until I see you guys again, be safe.